it going, everyone? It's Liam Carson here, as we are starting Season 2 of the originals. Excited to see how this season does fare. I felt like Season 1 was just marvellous stuff. It was a certainly incredible, well done starting season. So, yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a bit promising coming into Season 2. Obviously, we've got all of the original family members around, except for Cole, of course. And yeah, I mean, obviously there is Rebecca, who is, as I've mentioned, not going to be a recurring member, but she's still alive, and she is now looking after baby Hope. So, yeah, whilst, you know, New Orleans a bit of a shambles at the minute, but yeah, it was really, really great stuff, that finale. There was satisfaction, there was despair. It was a roller coaster of emotions, really. But, yeah, I'm excited to get into Season 2 of the originals and see what happens. So, why don't we get into the first episode of this season? Let's go.
With his noble brother, in a colourful kingdom where music and art are celebrated. The king did not foresee having a child, but he lived in an enchanted land where all things were possible.
As well.
In time, he was blessed with a beautiful baby daughter, for whom he wished only that one day they would heal their kingdom and bring their princess home.
Yeah.
So that she might live happily ever after.
And the toy. Oh, that was sweet. That was sweet. My heart. Oh, it's exploding.
Original foundries, even if it is for something as noble and distinguished as a casino.
Get him.
So thank you, gentlemen. Do give my best
your
to
time.
Francesca.
Screw her.
I suppose we shall have to call this your white period.
I'm missing a crucial color in my palette.
Oh no!
That of my enemy's blood.
Oh.
Well, I recommend a Venetian red with a dash of rust.
I'm here to
Good alternative.
sit and do nothing. Sell our greed.
Sadly, like the father of her child, she prefers to fight her demons alone.
Well, there's a common interest, I guess, but both characters, yeah, they need help. Oh, jeez. Well, Cammy and Marcel, yeah? Alright.
She's back in high school. She told her whole witch coven to shove it.
Good.
Queen. Absolute
girl.
queen. The witch coven can shove it in.
Maybe it's better. Just move forward.
There you go.
Don't call me that.
Creep!
So I heard.
Let's go, Davina. Let's go.
Get out of here.
You're assholes. That's what you are.
Niklaus's goal all along.
Say what you
Just
will,
in the
they are
shadows.
impressive strategists.
Trait they inherited from you, dear mother.
I suppose they did, Finn.
Ooh, it's
Francesca Guerrera will be
so
her own undoing.
interesting and
See how
cool.
impressive your...
Where the hell did you come from?
I beg your pardon. Aren't you the one who is trespassing?
Yeah, the
He doesn't care about
audacity.
the conversation these days, and he certainly wouldn't care for the fact that you put yourself in danger by coming here.
I'm already in danger. I have Guerreras following me like it's a police state. The city's being run by gangsters, and you guys aren't doing anything about it. Marcel took them out 100 years ago with...
Worth fighting for. Maybe some of you even wanted to live forever. Well, you can have it. All of it. Because that's what being a vampire is all about.
It's rousing speech.
Don't be afraid.
He's got to have a new crew
What
now.
do you have to
Diego's
fear?
dead.
And you can do this.
Thierry. He nearly was dead.
What they believe in. A warrior fights for his family.
So, what's it gonna be? Ooh. That smile. There was that smile level close as well. It's just like,
Just to kill my baby.
You will have your vengeance. I promise you this.
just needs to be a bit of time, but it's just
Well,
difficult.
until then, this is my room. And I'll tell you when it's appropriate to clean it out.
A lot of hurting, understandably.
You can't take off the bracelet, and you can't kill Klaus. Not until I figure out how to save my friends from dying too. Close. Once I unlink my friends from Klaus's sire line, I will unleash you to be the monster that you were so.
Oh, shit!
Music. The night I lost my child. So.
Yeah, that's a tad awkward.
It's in play, and the thought of that makes me very nervous, especially on nights like tonight.
It's like a kind of a, reminder of don't sleep with both your eyes closed. Sleep with one eye opened.
I don't run from Guerreros.
If you don't leave, you won't have to. They'll sniff you out in a day.
You let them come hunt me down. Cause I've had a good
Joe's
ride.
gonna die, isn't he? I mean, he had a lucky escape,
Back in
but...
the fight, Joe.
Oh no, he's gonna die!
Have a stake.
They're
Who the hell
Mm,
bullshitting.
does?
Tonight it doesn't matter. Because tonight, we're going on a wolf hunt.
I mean, that's it though, he's got a point. It's not about courtesy, they could just strike any time they want, really. And if they've got the golden bullet with them, why not use it? Because it's not like they're gonna, any sign of them being intimidated loses power for them, so they've got to make their mark, right? And yet they haven't.
Ready for battle, Haley?
We
Just
are...
promise me that Francesca doesn't come out of this alive.
I hope. We have to have hope.
Her head will be delivered to you on a silver platter. Little wolf.
Ooh! I like the sound of this.
There. That's where you'll find what you want.
It's the
Now all you
fact
need
that
is my uncle's
Cammy
key.
is just getting hounded
Where's
by
that?
these idiots.
Hiding in plain sight, genius.
Ah! All part of the plan. Delicious. Oh, heck. But they've got something cooked up their sleeves.
Pleasure can be weakened by your bites. As for Haley, whoever rips out her heart gets a bonus.
You suck.
And where will you be?
Just giving
Here,
extra
where it's safe. They're vampires.
extra
Can't get
flair
into
with
the house
Haley's
without an
death.
invitation.
Your boss wanted to buy this place, but I've been stockpiling Wolf's Bane for months, and I just really needed a place to store it.
Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh, what's that? We can't get out? Oh! Oh! And another one. I just love Elijah so much.
Can I mention that I've had a rotten couple of months? If I see you with one of these again, I will kill you myself.
You should kill him whilst you have to. Yeah, he got his pallet. He got it.
Which of his atrocities? Anyone? A failure to pay his taxes. I suppose the devil's in the details, isn't it?
Can't escape the IRS.
My now belongs to the public, and as such, anyone can enter without invitation.
Jesus! Oh, I love him. I love him. His aura is just unmatched. Oh! Oh! Silver platter! Oh! Oh my god!
That is the first, last, and only album that my friend Thierry Banchor ever made.
Oh.
It could have only been made here.
It's all about the
We're not
history,
fighting for real
the
estate.
heritage,
We're fighting
legacy.
for the soul of this.
Killed her.
Yo!
Francesca looked me in the eye and begged me for her life as I tore her apart.
Shit.
Wolves tonight before I got to Francesca ate
Feels like she's
of my own people.
disgraced her own kind.
What's noble about that? I acted no better than a
vampire.
Davina.
Oh, cool name. Terrible taste in music. You obviously need me.
What's his deal?
Did you not just take a sledgehammer to them?
What's his deal? Caleb, what's up?
Playing king. I should have listened to you. Instead, I agreed. I mean, what could I possibly say to ease her pain?
This is making
Whatever she needs to hear.
This is really like, especially seeing Klaus so devastated, so hurt. I just.
with her human problems.
She needs to cut herself
And
away
I can't
from
do
this.
that if I keep letting myself get pulled back in. I'm sorry, this has to end.
No strings, not just to this, but to this whole supernatural fight. Can't get too attached.
A just war on those who would harm your child.
It's understandable.
Not only will they respect you, they will answer to you.
Why would they do that now?
Because you're their queen.
Mr. Griffith?
Hey.
Cammy, I can't thank you enough for sponsoring my supervised residency.
Oh, no!
Did
she wanted out!
Entirely.
I'm pretty sure Davina Claire does too.
Don't be pure.
Cole?
We have work to do.
Is this
Your brother
Cole?
did me a favor by killing Francesca. Now I will control the witches. Cole.
Hey!
Let's get to work. We have a family reunion to plan.
Oh, hells! He came back. I mean, I like the previous. I like the previous one better, but he's hot. Don't at me. No, Cole's back. I was wondering what was going to happen though, because like, we've got Finn, we got Esther, Michael is yeah. Cole, on the other hand, was just because that's it though. The other side is Dunzoed, and Cole was residing there. So it was either he, but we didn't get to see him get sent into the abyss or wherever. We didn't get to see him, we didn't get to see him move on. So there's this just unknown of what happened to Cole. Now we know. Oh, and then they've been of course, with Finn running into Cammy, who wanted out, but and then obviously I was wondering what's Caleb's issue. It's the fact that he's an original returned. They're all back. They are all So yeah, great stuff with this first episode of season 2. It was just absolutely great, chaotic, especially with the whole the werewolves just falling for the trap and all of that, and even just seeing Elijah just reminding Francesca about the fact that the house is actually public property. So oops. And then you saw on her face, it was just so tantalizing. But whenever Elijah just goes badass, it's just always tantalizing. But you saw on her face, why do I hear boss music? Because she knew she fucked up. She's fucked. But not by Elijah, of course, as we know. So I'm surprised they actually played out Francesca's death in regards to flashbacks, I guess, in a sense. But I think it was more hard-hitting in terms of Haley having that absolution about the fact that she doesn't really feel complete. She doesn't feel... Yeah, it's kind of like if you want to kill her out of revenge, it's not going to bring the person back in a sense. Like if someone died, for example, and you want to kill that person out of revenge, it's not going to fill that hole in your heart, of course. So yeah, but yeah, that whole situation I just really, really thrived with. The whole situation of sticking it to the werewolves, getting the rings, and yeah, so it was just Elijah's, like, I just love him. I just love him so much. I mean, he is my favorite of the originals, but I just love him so much. The finesse that he has, like, even when it came to, like, with the rings, he made sure to wrap it up neatly and all of that. But it's just the sophistication he has. It's like, hello, and yeah, it's the way that he was stood on the doorstep, not entirely phased whatsoever, because he knew about the circumstances of the house that Francesca felt like she was safe there. She felt like she had nothing to worry about. This is the place I'm residing in. Is it? So, yeah. But it was just really, really fantastic stuff. So, yeah. But it was also very powerful, like, especially when it came to Haley, and the fact that she thinks that, she thinks that Elijah sees her as a monster. It's just heartbreaking. And the self-hatred as well that she's going through. I mean, she mentioned it before, but obviously after killing Francesca, of course, there's this whole self-deprecation, and yeah. I mean, obviously it's a new life, really. But she felt like she totally betrayed who she was, really, killing all those wolves, in order to kind of take back a little bit of power, really. So, yeah. And it's just going to be really, really sad, because there is going to be that moment where if she wants Hope to live, and if she wants to be reunited with Hope, then there has to be that leadership, there has to be that strength. So, and once we have this union going on, then maybe there is going to be a little bit of hope in the future, right? So, just as a side note, I did love that beginning with Rebecca, and Hope. That was just really, really beautiful. Nice way to, like, sprinkle in Rebecca. But this was also the episode that had all of the original members, right? This is the episode, because obviously there's Klaus and obviously there's Elijah. We know that Esther came back with Finn in the ending of the last episode, and Michael is currently being he's currently not having a great time with Davina calling the shots, of course. Although he is trying to play things a bit patiently. Like I said, though, I still feel like things are going to go a bit south when it comes to Davina. She obviously wants to break Marcel and everyone else that has been sired under, I guess, the Klaus bloodline. She wants to break that connection to Klaus, so Klaus can seemingly die from Michael's hand. But I don't. I just still think that Davina is way in over her head. But yeah, like I said, Michael's there. But now, obviously, we had Rebecca, who, as I've mentioned, we know that she was alive anyways. It's just that we know that she's not going to be a regular like she kind of was in season 1. But Cole is back. And, this has the potential to be all kinds of chaotic. Because if you knew what Cole was like in the Vampire Diaries, then you know that things are just going to get a bit chaotic. So, yeah. But it is interesting, though, because of the fact that Finn was... It was understandable why Finn would be happy to team with his mother. And that's why I didn't hesitate to imagine that when we kind of got the inkling that Esther was in Cassie's body, and you had the other person calling her mother, it was always going to be Finn. because Finn has a bit more of a reverence, I guess you could say, to his mother than Cole does. So, which also does, like, there might be that idea of, okay, so why is Cole hanging around with his mother? But I think it's because of the fact that all hope was lost when it came to the other side. We'll probably go into a bit of backstory, because I'm sure there might be people who would be watching both the Vampire Diaries and the original saying, how is Cole back? But I can imagine that Cole was saved from being erased from existence. Because, of course, with the other side falling apart, Cole, like I said, he's either getting yeeted into the abyss and all of that, or he does move on, but I don't think he would have moved on. We would have seen it in that Vampire Diaries episode. And he was panicking for his life, so about the prospect of what can become of the other side. So I'm assuming that Esther brought him back and he's willing to help Esther out, considering, you know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So, yeah. But it will be very, very interesting to see what will happen. But Cole back, I'm happy. So, yeah. But, yeah, it was really, really great stuff. Like I said, there is, of course, the emotional side of things. Already mentioned about Haley and how she feels a bit disgusted, not just about herself and who she is right now, but the fact that she is taking lives of like the wolves and all of that. So yeah, and yeah, it was really, really great to have Klaus be completely vulnerable to her and kind of give her that a bit of assurance, a little bit of a push forward. So there is that kind of incompatibility when it came to Elijah trying to ease Haley about how we could move forward, etc. I mean, things were a bit difficult between them throughout the entire episode. And Klaus is able to try and help her on her feet a little bit. I don't know if they might be teasing something between Klaus and Haley this season, given the fact that, well, they're both hybrids now. So I did make the little mention in the reaction about the fact that, hey, well, there's something they have in common now. So yeah. But there could be a bit more in terms of the attitudes now that Haley is a hybrid. Yeah. It might change her perspective on things, and I don't know, she might gravitate towards Klaus a bit more this season. So we'll just have to wait and see where things go. It's only early days when it comes to season 2, aka the first episode, so yeah. But I could definitely see that potentially happening. But yeah. But Klaus, even dejected and completely desolate, was just heartbreaking. Like, we've seen all kinds of sides from Klaus, but I think this one just really, really punctures my heart quite massively, because it's not something you really, really expect, and yeah, it's just really, really devastating to see. So, and the fact that he's also contained with self-blame as well, because of the fact that he said, if I had accepted Haley's pregnancy rather than prioritize being king of my own castle, etc., none of this shit would have happened. And of course, he's worried about the White Oak stake, which I guess we know where that is, considering that close call in the finale of season 1 before Davina got to Michael. So yeah, but I mean, you just hear him talk about the self-blame and nearly losing Elijah. I loved that comment, though, of assurance from Elijah. I've, survived you all these years. I think I'm going to be fine with whoever does have the White Oak stake. But I did also like that they came to, like, this whole plan revolved or stemmed off the basis of, well, they have the White Oak stake, do they? Why have they not made a move? They're really wasting their golden bullet. Whilst we're, like, completely like we're completely hopeless, we're completely demotivated. Surely you got to take your shot, but that's where it was like they don't have it. They don't have it. But yeah, it was really really great stuff though. I just felt like there was just some really really incredible moments. Like there was even the whole Marcel Cammy situation. I do feel a bit bad for Cammy, even if she was involved in a little bit of the plotting, of course. But again, I do feel so bad with Cammy when it came to like, well, the Guerreros are still like just being an annoyance. So yeah, but yeah, it's sad because yeah, I mean, it's that whole case of I want something humane to follow, and of course she encounters Finn. Of course she has no idea, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Where she has no idea that this is Klaus's brother that she's interacting with. So yeah, but yeah, it was just really really great stuff this episode. Like I said, this sad moment or the emotional moments. I mean, there was the badass moments which I really, really thrived with, but there was also the emotional moments that was really, really compelling, especially with Klaus blaming himself. I feel like that's real, real growth, to be fair, because it feels like it's the first time that we've seen this kind of side from Klaus, where all hope seems to be lost. So, yeah. And it's just really, really, yeah. It's just really, really powerful stuff. But yeah, a really fantastic start to season 2 of the originals. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Check out my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!